About 3 years ago, my oldest daughter came home really excited that she was joining the chess club, and my wife looked at me and she goes, "Oh, our baby's a nerd." And I said to her, I said, there are different levels of being a nerd. She's not the typical nerd, she's smart, but she doesn't have the glasses. She's not a real big outcast, and she's not the typical nerd because there are levels. Hence the title of my flagship book, Levels of Geekdom. Levels of Geekdom. Now, that begs the question, why is it not called Levels of Nerddom? There are more stereotypes surrounding the word nerd. But I don't like the word nerd, so I don't tend to use the word nerd. I mean, I do, but not for titles. No, I like the word geek. And it's weird. Some words just have a feeling about them. They just have a tone. They just tone about the word. The word itself, even if it's not used in certain contexts, just use the word, and it's funny. It's a funny word. Like, for instance, the word dangle. You heard the word. Whenever I hear the word dangle, I can't help but chuckle a little bit because dangle just makes me. It's dangle makes me think of the junk on small dogs. It dangles and it drags on the ground because it's just funny. Dangling dog junk. Because when you hear the word dangle, just when it's reference to junk, usually on dogs or some different people. But the word dangle is funny. Okay, so words out of context. Words just have feelings, and I like using the word geek, and I like different forms, making up forms. The title of my first little booklet, I had a booklet, When a Geeky Guy Grows Up. Well, it's very alliterative, and I thought that was catchy, but it didn't really catch much. The content of that went into Levels of Geekdom, mostly. But look at the title. There are levels. There's not just. It's not all black and white, geek and non-geek. And a real. Okay, here's a nerdy. I reference geeky books, geeky literature. Like Harry Potter. This is what I'm referencing. In the 5th movie, Order of the Phoenix, Sirius Black says to Harry, there aren't just good wizards and Death Eaters. I think that's what he said. The world's not separated into wizards and Death Eaters or something. He says something like that because that's the white and the black. It's two. There's not just two types of people. There are different gradations. Basically, the point there. There are different levels. That's what I say. That's what I like to say, because when you stereotype, when you put a label on a person, you put them into a box. You make them one or the other. But there's a lot of things in between. It can be a different type of person. It's not a particular type even. That's where there are different levels. And levels. That's my point in this ramble, that there are levels, I guess. That there are levels.